Okay, thank you so much, Daniela.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Stacy, so much for inviting me so much, and for everything that you've done. To the entire Main Street Connect program. I admire everything that you guys stand for, and I stand with you for everything that means inclusivity and beyond. I also want to thank my brother David, without whom this whole thing wouldn't have happened. And to my sister, my mom, my dad, and my entire family, without whose support this wouldn't have happened. My entire career included, and my uncle isn't here right now, but he is also a big part of why the show happened. He'll be here soon. And to my aunt Lupe, which I hope if she sees this later, she's also a big part of how this thing came together. So the paintings that you guys will see out in the hallway are about my connection to my grandmother, who was of indigenous descent, my mom's mom, and she wasn't able to teach her kids about her culture because of a lot of discrimination that the indigenous people suffer. Even today, not just in Ecuador, but these people, and why I wanted to honor them in these paintings is because I was trying to find my own connection to her, even though she's not here, but also my connection to them and their roots. And it's also a way of sharing that with all of you. The colors and especially the red and pink are very traditional to them because the red stands for, they were called the ponchos rojos, which are the red ponchos. They stood for rebellion and resistance in the eras of like the colonizers and their descendants. They helped fight and take over, like get their rights back into what is now today, the lands that they stand for and they inhabit in the Andes of Ecuador, which is where my entire family is from. And they are responsible for that. They are also responsible for, and this is another series that I did, which is where it started. We did a project with my dad 10 years ago of the Hawaii ritual song, which is the harvest ritual that the indigenous people are exclusively known for. And this song was being lost. So the paintings that are going to be shown there are different from those, but they came out of this project that I did 10 years ago. I was just taking like portraits of them because I was trying to find that connection. She didn't teach us very much about that, and I didn't know her very well. So there's that. The bright pinks and magentas are also very representative of the women there, and you'll see them there. And I wore this as a memory of them because they wear a lot of like jewelry, a lot of fighting. What else? And I was gonna say some other stuff, but mainly it's that connection and trying to share that with the world and having them be visible because many times they are very excluded and marginalized and discriminated against, and want them to share that with the world and all of you. And the harvest ritual song, the paintings here, they show like different parts of the ritual. Starts off with like a prayer and the horn player and the Saki, which is like the solo singer and stuff like that. And you guys will see in the paintings that kind of like the little titles what they are. Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. Yeah, if you could click through it.
Maybe some questions that or did you want to describe some of this?
I can do either if you guys have questions.
You guys have questions? I know I do.
I'm curious because I can't tell from here because I'm visually a little visually impaired. What was it oil painting or was
These
it?
are all acrylic. The ones in the hall are watercolor.
Okay.
What is, I noticed that your ancestry, that was your inspiration, but how did you know that you were good at a good artist from the beginning? Like, did you take art classes?
That's actually in the, I'm gonna refer that to the workshop, but
Okay.
my mom is a teacher. She's with David right now. she's a teacher and she used to have workshops, for teachers. And I
Is
was
she a
like,
art teacher?
no,
Oh, just teacher.
just general teacher. She used to teach, special ed. too. So I was like free and I didn't want to stay home with my grandmother acting up. And I was like, I want to go with you. Take me. So she took me to this watercolor workshop and that's where I fell in love with painting. It's like she's never seen a kid so still watching somebody like that age and just watching the entire process. And when I came back out of that workshop, I had told her that I was gonna be a painter. And wow.
And there you go. Wow.
Taking classes. But I couldn't have done
Like you make
it.
a living from paint?
You're very good. What motivated you to use a lot of color?
Oh, it's part of the culture. It's known for
Okay.
that. You can ask my sister and my uncle if he gets here. They're both from that region too. It's
Okay.
like very bright.
Yeah, people wear like stuff. Oh, that's awesome, right? Green,
Things
red.
neon light.
Oh, I love that. That's nice.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons that I did it. So in some of them I exaggerated, in others I was thinking I didn't. There's
Okay.
one at in the small, the first wall, and I'll show you guys. There's a couple of paintings where I didn't alter any of the colors. They're all colors that they wear, but sometimes, some people were wearing white and I put pink, stuff like that, but like 90% of the time it's exactly the colors that they were wearing and the combination. So, and I was gonna wear red.
There's a question
Yes,
in the yellow.
Hi, so you said that being an artist is your job, so I thought I'd ask, are you doing it freelance or are you doing it as like a part of an agency or what's the?
if there's any agency, I'm up for hire, but no, I'm a musician and I sell the paintings. I sold 2 of the paintings that are there already.
Oh.
Yay!
Yay!
I sold one here. I don't know who saw it. Somebody that must come in.
A bunch of people have asked already if they're for sale.
Yeah.
so You're
They're
probably
all-
still
most of
support.
them are for sale. There's one that's on the sold. Yes.
You use a lot of pinks and reds and magentas and all the colors. What is your personal favorite color?
That's a hard question. Things is red. And that's before I knew about the cultural connection to red. I didn't know about the red ponchos. My dad's a historian too. And I learned most of the stuff that I told you guys about from him. And from that project, because I got to like commune with them, like share a lot of stuff and like follow them around taking pictures, which I guess is kind of annoying because it's kind of my job. So yeah, yes.
I'm not sorry. Go back. I also like to paint, draw and paint. How much do painters and artists get like for drawing?
It depends. It's hard. You can be hard.
It's very supply and demand kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just asking because like I'm in right now I'm in right now I'm in a drawing class. I'm trying to like take this like the next process like you and so.
Yeah, tell your friends and everybody that you know what you do, and
Okay.
you'll start getting commissions that way. I've gotten a lot of the commissions that are here from people I know. David's in one of them. Like a lot of it has been family. That's why.
I can tell you're painting very like in detail. How long does it take you to paint each one?
Oh,
The question was,
That's
how long does
different.
it take, Daniela to do each painting?
so I was looking back to create this slideshow, and that series that was 20 paintings, 35, 40, which is like this big in acrylic, took me 2.5 years to paint. I don't know how each
Wow.
one was different. Some of them took as little as 2 weeks. I think one that my dad kind of pushed me to do faster, I did in 1 week, but that was like crazy and I don't want to do that. The ones in the hallway, I did 2, and I don't think I'm gonna do that again, but maybe I might be convinced. I did 2 challenges. And I did a 30-day challenge where I did 1 painting a day.
That's amazing.
And it was-
Wow.
Yeah, my hand was dead by the end. That's why I don't think I'm on this. It was like 10 hours per day, but that didn't include taking pictures and uploading and stuff. And then I did another 10-day challenge, which was 10 days, 10 paintings. Same thing. It was too much for me. So it depends. Usually with a watercolor, I can take up to 2 weeks. The one that I did with David, I think it took me 5 weeks. But it depends how detailed it is. And yeah, I like those better. They go slower through them.
Yeah, I have a question. Does it's like the watercolor and how is it different this, I'm from Costa Rica, I'm adopted. I looked at my picture, like my first pictures of art. Is it different stories, different cultures? Like
I've been to, you said what, Costa Rica?
Yeah.
She's been, I haven't been, but every culture, every country has their groups of indigenous people and they have their variations and differences. They're very known for like the plain colored ponchos.
Yeah.
There's others, I didn't do many of those, I didn't pick them, but there's some where you can see like the embroidery of the women that are very detailed and known for that region, but they do, like, they're different in Mexico and Guatemala, and I've only been to those two that I know of. Very, yes.
So these paintings are all very, very detailed. I'm wondering, what do you use for reference? Did you take pictures?
Oh, yeah, I was hired as a photographer to do that project with my dad. We were documenting, harvest ritual songs that date back 500 years. That's one of the things that I forgot to say. So, yeah, I took a whole bunch of pictures. I was hired by the government to do that. And, my dad was to like document the songs and what they did. So, there's that, and then all of them are born from pictures. And all of those were candid pictures. Some of these were posed, but not most of them. Like they don't usually like to take get photographs. They hide from strangers and stuff like that. Whoever takes with them. Not a lot. It's usually photographs. Usually photographs. Unless it's my sketchbook. Then.
Do people ever commission you to like, if they want a painting of their grandmother or someone?
Yeah.
Do that too.
I haven't done as much, but I have done. Tell me what they want.
So I have 2 questions. I'll get the more boring one out of the way first.
Yeah.
So just curious, do you ever get artist block, and if so, how do you handle that?
All of the time. That's part of why I did the challenges. One of the reasons I just wanted to start and not think. And since there was like a time crunch, I do that. You could do like little projects where you force yourself to sit and draw for 10 minutes or something. And I watch motivational videos. I also made them for a couple of weeks, like 7 weeks, stuff like that. Yeah.
And the second thing, I don't know if you had touched on it before because I arrived a little late, but it seemed like you kind of glossed over it a bit, and so I wanted to ask. You mentioned that you were hired by the government to take the pictures, and I'm wondering, what was that like? Did you already talk about that?
No, I didn't talk about that because I was focusing on the paintings over there outside. This project, my dad is a musicologist, which is like a historian for music. And he made like a proposal for a project to study this event, this music, right? And so there's a government agency that studies cultural phenomena in Ecuador. They don't have it here. So they hired him as the lead, like at the boss, the person.
That's awesome.
And so he was my boss. So it's cool.
Good.
Yeah. Yes.
Me.
Okay. Any more questions?
I have a question for Stacy. Did you know the red were that significant when you gave her those flowers?
I think that's what we call in here, like they the starting of the line so beautifully. I feel like this whole
all of Daniela coming and being a part of our community in this way has been in some way, this, we are all being led to this moment, I think, so.
It's a hard time moment.
Yes.
Yes,
What time, what time do you end and start, like, example, just painting? And do you take breaks, like, lunch breaks? Or
yeah,
just on through it?
I take frequent breaks because my body doesn't work as the way it used to. When I was in college, I'm older, so when I was in college, I could go like 10 hours practically without any breaks. Crazy. I don't know how I made it. But now I take like every 20 to 30 minutes breaks, like 2-3 minutes. I go walk around, drink something, dance. I don't know, move my body and then sit down. But yeah, I could go from like 6 hours to 8 hours. The paintings that I did over there were like 10 hours. But I took less breaks, and that's probably why I burned out. Kind of.
Which college did you go to?
The Maryland Institute College of Art.
Yeah, I like that. Good.
It's not like out of.
Not out of state.
Or, how long did, how long did you, think about going to Ecuador and talking to the regular local people that say, I have this idea, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that was my dad. He invited me to like be part of the project. And sort of, he sort of like, tricked me into it. We were in Ecuador, not tricked me because I was fine with it. We went there for like New Year's or something, the winter before I graduated. And I didn't know what I was gonna do after graduation with an art degree. I mean, like, really crazy for a lot of people. So he takes me and he's like, I'm gonna have like this meeting with this lady and then we can go to the park. And I was like, okay. And he's like, bring your camera and you can take pictures. And I was like, okay. It's kind of heavy. And so I go into that meeting and the lady like didn't even ask my dad or anything. He was like, or she asked me, do you take pictures? And I was like, yes, I don't have a degree in it. And I didn't tell her that, but I was like, yes, I do. She was like, do you want to be part of this project? And I was like, yes.
Wow.
I didn't do anything. It kind of came to me.
Wow.
Thank you. And there's my website somewhere. I have like business cards. You guys can check out some of the pictures that those came from.
I have a stack that you gave me earlier this week, but I left it
Yeah.
upstairs. I will bring it down.
Everybody. I have some too. I brought the thing that you asked me for.
I looked at your artwork in the hallway and it is just.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
Are you guys ready to go take a closer look?
Yeah.
We are gonna do that. I'm gonna stop screen share and let everybody on Zoom know, we're gonna just take a brief pause. And we will see you again in just a few moments in the gallery. Give everybody a chance to get over there. So just give us a few moments, okay?
Your work is like that.
Hi, everybody. We are in the gallery now. We're gonna take a look with Daniela. when she is able to join us. But I'm gonna walk you guys through so you can get a closer look.
Bye, Jeff. We'll talk to you later.
Where is Daniela? Oh, okay. All right, we've got you on the screen here.
I really like these photos.
Yeah, so this is like one of the main ones, the red punches that I was telling you guys about that they're known for. And that one told like Tuesday or Wednesday. And this one's a very typical scene to see like young women or like sisters carrying brothers or
How much
other
is that one worth?
they're all 285. And yeah, that one reminds me most of my grandmother because, well, she was of that group. And
This one over there looks like David.
oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe when he was little or like a cousin. We don't know a lot about my grandmother's lineage because she didn't grow up with her parents. She grew up with indigenous people, but she didn't grow up with her family. And that one is like also very typical. They sell like food, street food with like with plastic. So that could have been me or any one of us from Ecuador. I don't know. You guys told me something. What you guys want to know about one of them? If I can remember. Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Like I said, the pinks are like very prominent and they wear a lot of pinks. They all have like beaded jewelry. Even like on plain normal days, they wear that. The painting over there, the one in pink and the top, I didn't change any of the colors and I thought it was really funny or like fun, but like this.
What one did you change the color on?
This one.
That one.
Like only this part. Her poncho was brown. It would have been too plain. The orange makes it like pop. Yes.
I noticed a couple of things. One, except for this little girl, everyone's wearing a hat. And
Yeah.
Is that common just for everybody?
Yes.
Was it cold?
It's freezing. It's the mountains.
Oh, it's the mountains. Okay.
It's the mountains of Ecuador and it's like it could get down as to like 30s at night and it depends like regions. Yeah. And they usually wear hats because we're in the equator, so it's a lot of sun. Even if it's cloudy, you can get sunburn.
Oh.
So the poncho is not just for show.
No. None of that is for show.
And also, only that one painting I think has background color for this series.
Oh, yeah.
The older man. Why did you choose to leave that out for the end?
I think I explained this or maybe I forgot it, but it's in the artist statement. They're like puzzle pieces of the communities, or at least like that's how I got it up. And they're also technically parts of my culture. And once they're viewed by you guys, they become part of you too. And I hope you guys remember it and can share it with other people. Okay.
That is so beautiful.
And that one, why I did the background, I don't know. But it was tiring to like doing 10 hours and then do the background. Not practice. The other ones have a lot of background because it's more of like the scenery and the harvest. Stuff like that. So,
This, you can really focus on the person themselves. Yeah.
because it was like that connection to my grandmother, which like I said, I didn't really have. I knew her until we lived in Ecuador until I was 7. And we came here and then I went back and she died when I was like 13. So I didn't really get to know her very well. And she didn't share a lot of this because a lot of discrimination that I guess she went through. She didn't want to pass that on. Which is why most of my uncles and my mom don't know the language. I think only my 3 eldest, 2 older uncles and my aunt, who are all deceased, knew Quechua. They were like the oldest and they knew it, but then the younger ones, it wasn't. So. But yeah. I mean, you can still learn a lot about them, and we have their food, their colors, and the music, which my dad made me translate to English. He wanted me to sing it once, and I was like, I mean, his side of the family are like musicians, and I can sing if karaoke sometimes, but not something that has no rhythm in my head. Yes.
Do you at all agree with translating, well, everything is, something is lost in that, or?
There's a lot lost in translation. Yeah, in Spanish and in English, like I've lived in Spanish community here and the English community in school and stuff. And I always had to like live between worlds, and sometimes there's things that don't translate. You can explain them, but there isn't like an equivalent word or stuff
So
like
like
that.
a concept?
Concepts, like there's one, achachai is like I'm cold, but it's a word that's only known to that country and that area, right, Ceci? Indigenous word, because it's a Quechua Spanish word, sort of, and it doesn't translate. Yeah, so,
These are great questions.
yeah, it's really good questions. Some of them I hadn't thought of. Yeah. Any more?
No. Feel free to take some time and look at each photo, each piece of art individually, and a moment to think about them all as a puzzle together. Daniela will still be here, and I'm sure, I'm just gonna say she's happy to answer any questions
Yes,
individually if you didn't want to ask a question in the group. Or if there's anybody on Zoom that wants to type something into the chat, we're happy to read that.
Oh, okay, so, but this is gonna change, so you guys are like the first ones to see it like this, and that's kind of the concept that I did it sort of like as a protection thing. There's a male and a female, like older figures at the ends. And on this end, that one got sold, and I don't have another male that's remotely that age, so that's gonna change, but it's like the younger kids are kind of like in the middle, and the elderly like are around, and that's usually how the community works. Even the women, like the moms of other people, will take care of kids that aren't necessarily theirs, so that the rest can work and stuff like that.
Did you guys know how much thought goes into putting together a show like this, right? I so appreciate you sharing some of your process with us. We'll take two more questions and then we're gonna slow things down.
Family portrait or family tree.
Kind of, yeah.
Family portrait. If you were dividing the oldest to youngest to the oldest,
Yeah, the oldest are like on the ends, and the youngest are towards the middle.
so they're protected, yeah.
Yeah, they're protected. Mhm. Yes,
So you're saying that so with that culture, it's the children really are in the center of everything?
I know,
Or
but like,
is it
that's
like,
just how I wanted to place them so that it couldn't.
I know, I understand that, but when you mentioned the, like, other mothers take care of other children and all that, I was wondering, like, how strong of a emphasis of family values is?
It's big, and it's more of like a community-based thing. It's very collaborative, like they take care of each other, and they are always very, they have a lot of solidarity for one another, and even us, like, they didn't know us. They met us that day that we went to their community, and they fed us. They were like, "Are you okay? Do you want more?" Like, they are like the most poor of poor people. Like, they don't have access to a lot of luxury things that we have here, like sometimes bathrooms in every single house, things like that. So that's one of the things that I learned from them, is that generosity that they have with everybody. But usually the elderly people are the most respected, and they sort of like dictate stuff with them.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it off here.
Mhm.
We are going to say goodbye to our friends on Zoom.
Thank
Give you
for
one last
coming.
look at all of the paintings. And then, you know, if you're here at Main Street, please feel free to grab some more refreshments, and again, at your own pace, take a look at all of the beautiful art. It will be here through the end of January. So if you're not here now, we welcome you to come by anytime between now and the end of January. And then at 5 o'clock, we invite everybody here to head on over to Soulful Cafe. We've got games and some great fun stuff happening over there this evening. So thank you. I know you all joined me in thanking Daniela for her sharing her many talents and creativity. So thank you so much, our friends on Zoom. Bye-bye.